Hey everybody, welcome to Industry Conversations One-on-One. I am your girl Nisha, aka Nisha the Voice, and my boy DJ Gates. How are you?
Hey, we back. We back.
Crazy week, crazy week, crazy week.
Yeah,
COVID cases are rising. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just so
yeah.
much stuff that's going on right now.
Mhm.
So many tragedies that has happened over the last week or so. Vogue
Yeah,
magazine, fashion editor, we lost him this week as well.
yeah,
Sydney Portier, we lost as well.
yes,
So many people that we lost, not just due to COVID, but just bringing the new year in. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So welcome everybody to Industry Conversations One-on-One. Tonight, our guest is Vavichiclotheirs, aka Victor Manley, and his beautiful, beautiful models will be joining us tonight. And our
yes,
topic of the night is: do gossip bloggers go too far? So we're gonna be talking about the Tasha K case and Cardi B. Also, we're gonna talk about Wendy Williams as well, who is the queen of gossip.
yeah,
She is going through a lot right now. So we're actually going to get into the conversation tonight, and also want to try to hear your feedback as well. So make sure you all join in the chat with us on Facebook Live, also YouTube Live, and it's also on Periscope and Twitter. So follow us. We would love to get into the conversation with everyone tonight. Also,
yes,
make sure you go to our Instagram page, Industry Convo 101. Make sure you all follow the page. Also, click the link in the bio. We would love to
yes.
get your videos played here on Industry Conversations 101. Ain't you been doing well? You been keeping safe?
Trying. New York numbers are high. Very
Yes,
high in New York. So, yes,
yes, yes,
staying
yes,
low.
indeed.
I walk around where everybody got the cooties. I'm like,
Well, yeah, indeed, indeed. But we're gonna go to video right quick. This is my boy from out of Greensboro. I love this video. If you all have an opportunity to check him out, he goes by the name of Gabby. So check him out. This is his song. She is a Megan. So we'll be right back after this, you all.
one, two, three, four.
Hey girl, you got my homies over here stressing. And I can't blame them how you looking in them leggings. The way you walk around, it feel like it's a present. Cause you a Megan. Hey girl, you got my homies over here stressing. And I can't blame them how you looking in them leggings. The way you walk around, it feel like it's a present. Cause you a Megan. If I'm lying, I'm flying and I don't got wings. But just to keep it up to date, I mean I'm not camping. Should I thank God for your face or what he put in the jeans? Praise the Lord, thank you Jesus, he been good to me. See you a Wonder Woman, a Amazon. You about to leave and go somewhere else, can I tag along? Girl, if your body was a song, then I would sing along. And I don't wanna be right, it being around you wrong. Hey girl, you got my homies over here stressing. Yeah, yeah. And I can't blame them how you looking in them leggings. The way you walk around, it feel like it's a present. Cause you a Megan. Hey girl, you got my homies over here stressing. And I can't blame them how you looking in them leggings. The way you walk around, it feel like it's a present. Cause you a Megan. I said, sweet baby Jesus, if you were a paper, then stack me your thesis. I swear you a keeper. I go crazy when it's Adidas day. You be killing me softly, Roberta Flack. And you a sweet potato pie, I want a piece of that. And if your body was the song, I wanna sing along. And I don't wanna be right, it being around you wrong. Hey girl, you got my homies over here stressing. And I can't blame them how you looking in them leggings. The way you walk around, it feel like it's a present. Cause you a Megan. Hey girl, you got my homies over here stressing. And I can't blame them how you looking in them leggings. The way you walk around, it feel like it's a present. Cause you a Megan. Cause you a Megan. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cause you a Megan. temptations. Bring your body next to me. You're making me not wanna leave. You're a silky smooth type of lady. Am I fool for love once again? Soon as I walked in, see your Hawaiian skin, I knew I had to have you right away. Let's hit the floor and let's going, 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 going. Let's dance the night away. They don't make them like you anymore. Shut this whole place down when you hit the door. They don't make them like you anymore. Ooh, you are one of a kind, and I'm sure. The way you make your hips sway. Can we have a conversation over champagne? Lord knows she's a winner. Body cold as December. Warm you up like Miami. Make sure you remember. Soon as I walk in, see your Hawaiian skin, I knew I had to have you right away. Let's hit the floor and let's going, 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 going. Let's dance the night away. They don't make them like you anymore. Shut this whole place down when you hit the door. They don't make them like you anymore. Ooh, you are one of a kind, and I'm sure. Let's drop the top on the roof, let the cool breeze rollin', rollin'. We ride till it's 7 in the morning. Down Ocean Boulevard, where the sun chase away the dark. When you gon' let me touch your stars? Ooh, they don't make them like you anymore. Shut this whole place down when you hit the door. Lady, they don't make them like you anymore. Ooh, you are one of a kind, and I'm sure. They don't make them like you anymore. Shut this whole place down when you hit the door. They don't make them like you anymore. Ooh, you are one of a kind, and I'm sure.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Industry Conversations 101. I'm your girl Nisha, aka Nisha the Voice, also with my boy DJ Gates.
Yes.
So, all right. So as we said that we had a special guest that was going to be joining us tonight. I'm going to bring him into the room, and also we're talking about a hot topic tonight. Do gossip vloggers go too far? So before we go into the conversation, we're going to bring on my boy Vic. What's going on? How are you? Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Looks like he just paused.
You can hear us, Vic? I don't even know if you know
There he is. You may be on mute. Can you hear us?
You can hear us?
Can you hear us?
Technical
If
difficulties.
it's still on mute. But also, for those who do not know Vic, Vic is the owner and operator of Vavichiclotheirs. So we're definitely going to get into the conversation with him tonight. And he also has beautiful models that are going to be joining us tonight as well. Looks like he may be having some technical difficulties with his computer. Hi, ladies. How are you?
Hey, doing good, doing good. Can y'all hear me? I can hear y'all.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can hear you. We're trying to get Vic in.
Vic going. Come on, Vic.
Yeah. If you're doing it from the iPad, it's probably going to be difficult. You're probably going to have to use your phone.
How are you?
Good. Doing well. Thank you all so much for joining us. I think we're trying to wait until Vic is able to kind of log on. Vic, can you hear us?
Vic.
It's not working out for my dog tonight.
No. Hold on just a second. But ladies, how are you all doing tonight?
We're good. Trying to say it's been a long day, but taking it easy. It's currently snowing outside, so
I'm doing
really? Really? So we're here in North Carolina. Yeah. So it's supposed to have started snowing. I guess right about this time now. So we're expecting a storm. So I don't know about you all. Are you all expecting a storm also? Okay. So we're trying to give Vic a second. He said that he can't hear. Hold on just a second.
That's supposed to start in the morning too, so.
But I'll tell you right, go to a commercial break right quick and we'll come right back.
Okay.
Try to get him in.
Thank you.
Hey, punch me in, Vito. This beat made me feel like I'm blowing a bad in a bad Get a shawty some of the dick, I know she gon' act good. And that's a fact, yeah, she turned to the max, yeah. Too much in your circle, well, we gon' get to the track. Whoa, when shawty approach, she looking me down just like below. And we stay on gold, to give me the calls and I'm making the play just like I was the coach. I'm pulling the road, I'm fly as a pilot, I don't need to stop stepping all while at the pole. They ask me my type, I reply me alone. And we throwing bullets until I'm alone. Hey, I can give a fuck what a little nigga gotta say. Yeah, she mad when she approach it, lead the other way. Yeah. He said smokers going down just like Mayday. Little nigga stopping, I'm up like a rocket. She wanna kick it by number Towski, but I'm a monster, I'm leaving my ink and all that was Wazowski. Round two, she riding me like an Audi. After that, I told that little bitch I'm outy. Bro, but you will let me walk. We keep a stitch like Maui. When I get rich, I'm a double the seat like Roddy. Whoa, they beat that record, got multiple flows. Met her on Friday, fucked on Friday, she a bone. I guess that's why I call her me alone. That's her name in my phone. This beat made me feel like I'm blowing a bad wood in a bad woods. Get a shawty some of the dick, I know she gon' act good. And that's a fact, yeah, she turned to the max, yeah. Too much in your circle, well, we gon' get to the track, then. Whoa, when shawty approach, she looking me down just like below. And we stay on gold, to give me the calls and I'm making the play just like I was the coach. I'm pulling the road, I'm fly as a pilot, I don't need to stop stepping all while at the pole. They ask me my type, I reply me alone. And we throwing bullets until I'm alone. Met her on Friday, fuck on Friday, she a bone. I guess that's why I call her me alone. That's her name in my phone.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. So, ladies, DJ Gates, I know we're waiting for Vic to come in, who is the owner and operator of Vavichiclotheirs. And I know that you all work alongside Vic as models as well, Imani and Shonda. So, I guess, Imani, I guess I can start with you. How long have you been modeling?
This is funny because I wouldn't say that I'm like a published model or like I actually do it for serious, for real. But I'm actually a pageant girl, so I do pageants. I'm competing for Miss North Carolina USA next weekend. And I've been doing that for a few years.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. So I'm really excited about that, and I think that's how I first kind of knew about Vic. He kind of reached out and told me about the brand, and like he was doing photo shoots and needed models. So I was like, sure, why not? I like taking pictures, so I don't mind, So it's been a couple years doing that, and I've been modeling clothes for him since last year. So yeah.
Well, congratulations, Imani.
Yes.
I know that that's huge, for you as well, and it's a pleasure to have you on the show. And now moving along, Shonda, how long have you been modeling?
Modeling for maybe about 5-6 years. So I'm a freelance model, so I enjoy it. When I first started, I didn't think I was going to be as passionate about it. At first, I was like, you know what, I just try it out and see. But I love it because it's like I can express myself. It's like art, and I just enjoy every moment of it. So, yeah.
Amazing. I know as we're waiting for Vic, and the topic for tonight, that what we were discussing is, do gossip bloggers go a little too far? And I see Vic is kind of joining us now. Hey, Vic, can you hear us?
I think he got hit the mic. No? Uh-oh.
Yeah, and he has a headset on. Yeah, we still can't hear him.
Oh, man.
His mic is unmuted, right?
Yes.
Now it look like he doing modeling for us. We seen different.
Yeah, that's what looks like he's modeling.
He just switch backgrounds and everything.
Yeah, I see like the background and everything. Like we can't hear you. It looks like you may be on mute. It looks like he's got a bad connection as well.
Mm-hmm.
So as for our topic tonight is, do bloggers go a little too far? So I don't know if you all are familiar with the Tasha K case and also the Cardi B case, in regards to vlogging, etc. So of course, Cardi B is basically stating that she was suicidal after Tasha K's blog post. So do you all watch Tasha K at all?
No. I don't. No, I don't.
You don't?
Most of the vlogs that I watch Black Tea blog, okay. And I watch Impressive, and I also keep up with, I think it's Ebony Tea. I'm not sure, but I heard about it, but I couldn't even tell you as far as much about Tasha K until I watched the Impressive channel, and they were talking about it. So yeah.
Yeah, so I think like right now you have Jason Lee, of course you have TMZ who has probably been punched in the face by some different people. And in the industry, especially like as models, myself as a musical artist, and then Gates, you know, as a DJ as well. Vloggers kind of in bloggers or gossip columns, they touch on subjects, especially in journalism. They touch on subjects that are so touchy, that are more like you know, personal things, trying to gain the story, right? So, do you all feel like they go too far when they report these stories?
I do, because I think you don't get the whole story. You never do. They always try to pinpoint the thing about it that's going to attract the most people's attention, and it could be the most negative thing about that story when the whole thing is never. It's not as bad as what it's hyped to be. It's all to get people's attention, and so people run with the title and they say, "Oh, this happened," and didn't even get the full story. So, but I think that's just media in general. A lot of media these days, that's the goal, is to get views and to get as much public attention as they can, and so they're gonna do whatever it takes to do that. So I definitely definitely think.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. I think that sometimes they just do it for stories, just like the journalist. I don't know if y'all saw the journalist that got was on live TV, that got hit by the car, reporting the story, and got hit by a car. Yes.
It's never that deep. Like, it's not deep. Sorry, I'm not gonna get hit by a car for your story.
Right.
Like, no.
Yeah,
that's extreme.
So, and I guess
right.
And I guess for me, I'm like, how far do you go just to get a story? I mean, Gates, like, what's your perspective on that?
Well, you gotta understand that there's no such thing as magazines really too much no more. They sort of died out. So they sort of filled in the void, because magazines used to sit there and talk to the artists, or they'll sit there and try to cover a story, and they'll take the parts that they want to cover and magnify that, and they'll be in every newsstand. So now that you got the bloggers taking the place of the magazine, they take the most juiciest part, and then they can just sit there and spread it on social media, and it will spread just like that. So it's hard, like, especially if you're in the limelight, and then and everybody got a camera, so anybody could be a journalist and get paid off it. You could be in the bathroom or in a restaurant, somebody pull out a phone on you, like, this person was eating broccoli. I can't believe they're eating broccoli. And then that'd be a story. So that's how it is. Like, there's no privacy, and people wait for the most juiciest thing to talk about.
Right. I get it. I totally get it. And I guess just as you stated, Gates, it's more so like, people will see an artist out in public, and next thing you know, people are on their phones, like vloggers, TMZ, they're on their phones. They go all the way to the extreme to the airport when people are getting off the airport. And it is crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's so crazy when people do that. Just to pretty much get a story. So, if you're like most journalists, they're especially the ones who chase hurricanes, how they are just basically just doing all those different types of things just to get a story, just to get someone's attention. And then, okay, let's talk about the queen of gossip. So I don't know if you all read about this story. Okay, did you all read about this story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So this is some hot tea. Okay. So we know that Wendy Williams, basically, as we've heard stories now that Wendy is going through a very mental illness. We don't know what it is. Some people have said that she's going through dementia. Someone said that now she's confined to a wheelchair. Others have said that she's doing well, that she's doing better. We don't know what it is. There are people right now that are, trying to fill in for her show just to keep her show afloat, and trying to help her and trying to keep this show going. So she was the queen of gossip. She was the queen of actually basically making things. I guess back in the day we didn't have what we call viral, but if you were in New York, if you were tuning in New York, you knew this show. Like you had to tune into her show every week because she was bringing artists on this show. She was getting into their business, just as Tasha K is doing as of right now. Now, I can say Wendy Williams' show was very interesting. With times that I was in New York, I had time to listen to it. But Tasha K has gone to the extreme because Tasha K is now asking for medical records. She specifically asked for medical Cardi B medical records if this girl had any STDs or etc. And Tasha K, if you
Oh my
haven't watched
god.
some of her, if you haven't watched some of Tasha K's videos, she actually goes into discussion with the actual people and actually ask some very dangerous questions. So, in a comparison, I want to hear the panels in comparison. So, would you say that Tasha K is probably goes a little bit further than Wendy Williams?
I would say that. I mean, I haven't watched her, but just like for you to just ask for somebody's medical records and going that deep is very extreme. And Wendy has her ways, but I mean, to the point when you in somebody's personal business, that's like taking a little too far. Like, who does that? Like, just to get a story, and you hurting them, like you're hurting their reputation. Like, it's already bad enough that she has to deal with, as far as her husband and stuff being out in the public and hearing stories about that. That's going into the vlogs and things, and then you like putting more toxic stuff, like negative stuff on top of that. Like, she's tired, so that's crazy.
Right, right, definitely, definitely, definitely. Imani,
Yeah,
from the pageant side, I mean, how would you say, like, from the pageant side, how this would definitely hurt, an individual when you have these vlogs that are going like this?
I would say in the same sense as it would any celebrity or someone that has a platform, right? You have influence when someone is trying to defame your character or target you with false information. Either way, it's not good. Like, and I just think that I think this is a generational thing too, a cultural thing. It's like people feeding into negative news and negative energy. And so reporters are going to take that and use that to their advantage and highlight the negative parts of celebrities, the negative things about pageant contestants or anybody else that has a platform. And so it's becoming a culture now. And that's why I feel like media is becoming a little toxic, or certain media outlets are becoming toxic to the point where you're reaching for somebody's medical records. I think that's super extreme to try to reach for a story. In comparison to Wendy Williams, I think she was just mostly talk and just gossiping itself, but never digging deep like that. And I think when it gets to that point, something's got to give, something has to change, because that's really extreme. So, yeah, listen, somebody try to search my medical records. Just know the lawyer's calling you the next day. So we're not doing that.
Yeah. So Gates, I mean, I know that. I mean, you are true born New Yorker, born and bred. So I know that you are very familiar with Wendy Williams and her history, her legacy, as being the queen of gossip. So would you say there's a difference between Tasha K and Wendy Williams, or do you feel that Tasha K is a little bit more extreme?
I think they both equal. This is how I'm gonna tell you how they equal. Wendy Williams will go that far, but she's on somebody's production. So there's rules. She can only go but so far. That's a blogger. That's her own platform. So she can take the gloves off anytime. Wendy Williams can't take the gloves. When she did it on, I think, Hot 97, she got fired. So she can also imagine if it was her own platform and she could take the gloves off. Wendy Williams went to the point where she talked about Method Man's wife and talked about her medical history, talking about she was dealing with cancer, and she put that out there. So y'all remember, Wendy Williams is dirty too. She has to do it smart because she's getting paid from an outside source, opposed to this person is on their own platform.
True.
Right. That's so true, Gates, because I don't know if y'all remember. I think like the most memorable Wendy Williams show was the show between Wendy Williams and Whitney Houston. When Whitney Houston came on and kind of read her rights, and kind of basically, was trying to tell her, the things that she do, it's people. I think a lot of these bloggers or gossip columns, they don't care about whether it hurts somebody's feelings or not. Just as Imani said earlier, they're just trying to get the story. That's just pretty much what that is. They're just trying to get the story. And then, Gates, I can see your point of just a little bit farther there that they're probably making that. Because yes, Wendy Williams did, however, get into people's business. She even started talking about Puffy. She's the one who brought the rumors out about the gay rumors about that Puffy was gay, that he was bisexual, what have you. So she knew she knew a lot of things about the industry. And that's another thing too. The industry, these bloggers, they're pretty much bringing everything out about artists, models, even if they have an addiction, the secret lives that they live. Years ago, I can remember bloggers were talking about how Will, years ago, like I remember that. And then there were so many things that came to the forefront when the vloggers started talking about it. The gossip blogs started talking about it more and more. And then when the entanglement with Jada Smith came out, Jada Pinkett Smith came out, some people were not in shock because they had already heard it like years ago.
Yeah.
But I guess like when all this just like came to the forefront, I think everybody just was like, wow, everybody was just running with it, in the blogs and etc. But I feel that someone's going to get hurt in this thing. Like really, somebody's really going to get hurt behind trying to find a story or just become famous or get a million viewers off of because you broke a story.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then I mean like death threats or something, if you break the story, I mean, if you tell my business or whatever. I mean they're in court, and then Cardi B was saying that she's suicidal.
Like I said, we in an industry where there is no such thing as privacy, and anybody can make a buck in this world. So like it could be the most littlest thing, like like I even hear, it's bad when you even hear the strippers. They got a new way. They scamming. They don't even want to strip. They scamming to get money now. There's every way. There's a way to get money.
Wow.
And you hear these stories like you heard about Trey Songz. I remember when a stripper said he threw quarters. She was suing.
What?
Quarters? Wow.
Yeah. He didn't throw dollar bills. I think he was throwing dollar quarters. Supposedly he was throwing dollar the dollar coins. So she got mad, and I think she won the case for that. But you can get sued for everything.
Oh my God.
You can get upset. I would get upset too. You hit me with a coin.
He was saying you were making a drizzle. I needed you to make it rain. Like you were not a little sprinkle. Little sprinkles. I need the rain.
Right. I like a little sprinkle here and there, and wait a minute. That's just like Usher. Y'all remember the blog that came up with Usher when they said that Usher was throwing fake money? They found out Usher had fake money because the dollar bills had his face on it. And the girl thought she was taking all his money, and when she went back to count her money, it had Usher's face on it.
That tripped me out. I heard about that. That tripped me all the way out. I was like,
I did not hear that. Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Like, I really think these bloggers and these gossip columns, they go a little too far. You know what I'm saying? I don't think, like our show, Industry Conversations, we're not a gossip, we're not a vlogger, we're not a gossip blogger like that. We do talk about topics, but we talk more about the industry, the things that we have experienced in the industry as a whole, and pretty much how to give people game and how to keep people abreast of some of the things that are going on in the industry right now. Like right now, I think it's tough for all levels, from models, and that's what I want to talk about as well with you all. Like, what has been some difficulty that you have experienced, in your levels of expertise? I know, Imani, you're coming from the pageant side, and Shananda, I know you're coming from freelance modeling, but either one of you, can talk on that topic. Like, what are some of the things that you've experienced?
I guess I could kind of go first with, as far as media goes, I guess people have a certain visual of you without really knowing who you are or like knowing your character as a person. So they draw a lot of generalizations. And so for me, I feel like just making that connection with how I portray on media or what kind of a message I want to send out to other people to kind of portray who I am, you know, in a positive light, because there's so many people, like you said, praying on your downfall. You're going to try to find the smallest things or the most negative things about you and emphasize on those things. And so just finding that voice to advocate for yourself through media when people really don't know you truly. So that's probably the biggest.
I guess for me, I guess like when I first started, for me, one of my biggest struggles was like, I wouldn't say it pertains more to social media, but I know when I did start, you know, basically I went to one meetup. I guess I'm gonna go back to like this little story. So in other words, to make a long story short, I felt like I was the standout one. Basically kind of picked out and picked on, because I teach as well. And basically they kind of told me like, well, how are you going to do that in model, like teaching model? Like, you can't do that. Like, you're not going to make it because first of all, I'm too short. I'm 5'4" and I'm proud of it. So it's like, well, you're the shortest model out here. So how are you going to do that? You know, be the shortest model out here. How are you going to teach and try to model and do all that? And it tore me down. It broke my spirit. Like, I really felt like then within that moment, like, well, hey, maybe he's right. Maybe I'm not going to make it. Like, maybe I'm not going to be out here and to like get to work with other photographers because my facial expressions may not be this and that. And I'm looking at other people, you know, on social media or models who've been in the game for like a long time, you know, prior to I have, you know, and it's like, well, how did I get to this point? So, I mean, but after that, you know, having a pep talk with like some of my mentors and like other people that I have worked with, is just kind of got over it. And I'm like, look where I am now. So I guess that's, you know, some of the things I experienced.
I got a question for Monty. When you was in when you know when you do runway, have you been in a situation where maybe like somebody tell you like, oh, I want you to cut your hair or something that you didn't, or they want you to wear something that you wasn't comfortable wearing, or they tell you these color contacts and you want to wear your, you know, you want to rock your natural eyes. Have you been through situations like that?
So the funny story is last year I get, well, more not necessarily runway because I haven't done runway, but for pageants obviously you have to walk on a stage. And I wore my hair natural. Normally girls don't do that when they're doing pageants. They, you know, either put in a sew-in wig, you know, however. And I was one of the few that was wearing my hair natural, and there was positive feedback, but you also have those people in the background like, this is a show, you know, you should do your hair like this or style it like that, you know, trying to give their voice and their input. But I don't back down. It's like, it's my hair. This is how I'm going to wear it. And y'all just going to have to be okay with that. And I also had another experience too with pageants as well, especially with the system that I'm in. Like, your body is one of the biggest things that is judged, pretty much. How fit you are, how tall, slim, you know, all those things. And working out is like a really big piece of preparing for a pageant. So I had a particular person reach out to me after the pageant and said, I think you need to do like 600 ab workouts just to get rid of that pudge at the bottom. I was just like, is it necessary? I mean, like, to point out that small, you know, that small feature right there. I was just kind of like, okay. But when people do that, you kind of just have to give and take, you know, leave what doesn't work for you, take what does. Some feedback is good, some is not. So But I do have, yes, I have stories for days.
Oh wow.
I do, yeah. People they are bold out here. They're bold.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I heard something in the news too. It was in a magazine. It was crazy. They had where they had skinny models putting on fat suits to be BBW models. I don't know if anybody heard that. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
What?
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a model up in, I think she was in the UK,
Mm-hmm.
and they told her to wear fat suits and to
That's
sit there.
ridiculous.
Oh. Hello, brother. Yeah, what's going on? I'm with Vic right now.
Yay.
Yes, yes. Everybody's online. Like your phone. What's going on with the phone? Oh, he said his mic is being blocked on the software. Yes, it's stopping him from getting attached. I don't know, but Vic. Mm, oh, all right. But let me go in because we live. I'm gonna see. How about your iPad? Yeah. Nah, nobody can hear you. Only I can hear you. Only I can hear you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's two different devices right there.
Can you hear?
That my microphone is busted right now.
Yeah, we can hear
All
it.
status is like wide open.
All right.
I don't know what could be going on.
Yes, I got you on loudspeaker. Say hi to everyone.
Oh my God, man, you can't be doing this. What's going on, people?
Hey Vic.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Hola.
Well, thank you so much, Vic, for joining us. Via phone, Gates phone. And sorry you were unable to kind of log on with us. We were able to see your face earlier, and I know I can hear you very well. Congratulations as well on your line. How you have been able to kind of have your line spread across North Carolina, South Carolina, and also the DMV. Also, congratulations to the Vavici mixtape, which I had a pleasure of being a part of. So, congratulations on all of your success, as well as being, being for one an entrepreneur, also being an educator, and then also being a black male that is doing his thing.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I can't hardly hear you well though. Like it's it's kind of lagging. I don't know if it's the phone or if it's the other thing. I don't necessarily know. Am I hearing you out of the phone right now?
Yeah, you hearing me? Yeah, on my phone, it's gonna probably be low because you on my end.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
So, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, all right, awesome. And we were just talking to Imani and Shananda as well in regards to the modeling world from the pageant side, also freelance. Tell me a little bit about your community service. I know that you also do a lot in the community as well.
Yeah, we try to do as much as we can in the community. Try to help the youth, uplift the youth a little bit. Right now we got a few things we do, like with autism, like kids with autism. We got an event coming up in April with them, and we do a lot with like youth models and different people. Try to get them exposure to different things, different way of life. Because where I'm from down here, it's a little bit tough. So people need new options and new, just new horizons that they can reach.
Well, definitely. And our topic tonight was talking about the gossip bloggers, and the fact that they go a little bit too far. Imani and and I hope I'm saying this right, Shanonda, we were actually talking about, how far, that bloggers go. From your perspective, being a man in the fashion world, do you feel that these bloggers go a little bit too far?
Well, just to be honest, it's a different day and time. So, you got to be a little bit more conscious of what you're doing with your brand, what you're doing with yourself in general. We got to be a little bit more responsible in our dealings, just period, in the world today. People is making some terrible decisions, and then you kind of get mad when somebody put a light on it. And, this is the world that we live in. It's cameras everywhere. Everything is on Main Street. Everybody is like a model right now. So whatever you do, just know that somebody's watching. So you need to be, keep that in mind and move appropriately, accordingly.
Agreed. I think that's what Amani was saying earlier. Pretty much that there's just so many cameras everywhere, and Shonda as well. In your case, being an educator, I sympathize with you. And the reason why I say I sympathize with you is because my profession, the same way. To Vic's point, it shines a light. You have to be so careful about what you do because you've got so many eyes on you, and everybody is so like, well, you can never do this, you can never do this, and teach at the same time. And I still always had a mindset of anything is possible because my story could probably shed a light on someone, to someone else to help them, because you never know what somebody else is going through. And I feel that, yes, you have a light that shine on you every time when you walk out that door because people are looking at you from every angle. And I'm going to say this, and I may step on some toes, but my thing is people are waiting for you to fail. No matter what area you go in, there are so many people who are just waiting for you to fail so they can have something to talk about. And I think that we don't see enough of people talking about the good things. Everybody want to talk about the bad things, and I think those are the things that always go viral. The good things never go viral. It's always the bad things, the bad message that goes viral, and that's why I say all the time is that sometimes these bloggers do go too far, but I get it. It's a business. That's how they're making money. I ain't mad at you, but it's for us as entertainers, models, entrepreneurs. We have to be careful. Just like you have to watch where you step. Be careful about what you do each and every day.
Right. Overall, I would say that sometimes they do go overboard, but you got to keep in mind that a lot of this is, random people trying to jump in and do things that, they saw other people do. So we don't, all of this media and this new media is not necessarily trained in what they're doing. So they're not looking for any facts. They're not looking for any sources or anything. They're just trying to find the latest story. They'll pull it right off of this man's page and put it on their page. Before they find out anything, they talking like they got sources and people stay in boondocks somewhere. So, it's a little bit suspect, but, you got to start to see who, like back in a different time, you had to do things to get this clout to be able to talk about people. You had to be in a situation and you were being held accountable for what you were saying. I feel like in this day and time, it'll be fine. The bloggers can say whatever they want to say, but they must be held to the same standard as the large media is supposed to be held to. So you can't just come out here spewing negative information or nonsense about people and spewing it, and now you growing a platform. Although you're not trained and you don't have any kind of backing in this, now you got a platform with, because other people don't really know. They're just looking at it like it's TV. But see, it's a difference between a television news anchor and my man's who got his camera phone hooked up and he's doing blogging now. You know what I mean? See, it's a difference between that. And if they want to jump in that pool, then they're going to have to be held accountable legally, financially, and, with their part, different thing. Like if your stuff get clapped up and they take your page down and took your page down, it is what it is, It's got to be a even 50-50. And we do got freedom of speech, but in the midst of freedom of speech, you can't spread misinformation. So they got to be held accountable, just like it is, just like a FCDA or whatever regulation, just like the CDC is able to do whatever they're doing. These people going to start having to have some kind of, backlash for spreading lies or just reaching out and doing, it's going to have to be some kind of penalty behind it. And that's the only way to kind of curb this a little bit and get this back into some kind of honesty or integrity.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think now with this Tasha case with Cardi B, I think this is like shedding some light because you would never expect for a vlogger to go to court over, something that they have exposed. So now it's like you got one vlogger is
if you put something in a magazine article and publish it that was false, y'all might just be held accountable and get hit with a lawsuit. So this is what is to curb this, what I would call foolishness. You know what I mean? Because just to be honest, not everybody, just because you well-spoken, different things, it's a lot that goes into reporting on people. They must understand these are celebrities or whatever, but these are regular people. Everybody is a regular man. They got a real life. And, you're spreading information about topics that you don't have any information on. And, once it starts actually spreading and affecting people's, bottom line and, with us in the fashion industry, we got to be very conscious of who's in the building, what type of intentions they have. But in this day and time, a lot of people not even in the building. They just get it from the next man. So that little handoff game, we got to, I hate to see it like this, play out like this, but, this is just part of the game. That's part of the game. The bigger you get, the more accountable you need to be for your actions.
Yeah. I can really see that. And as we're closing out tonight, my last question, Vic, would be: what would you tell a younger you? What would you tell a younger Victor Manley?
As far as in what though, like, because I could tell him a lot of stuff. He needed some help.
So what I mean is, like, you with your entrepreneurship and how you built your brand. You've built a very, very, very strong brand. What advice would you have given him? A younger you in regards to building this business.
Well, one thing I would tell a younger me is to stay focused. Just remember that things are not going to be as smooth as you expected or as you dreamed, because dreams are dreams. But once it comes into reality, it gets a little bit more bumpy. But I would just tell people to stay the course and, stay consistent. Consistency is the key to success. And all of these, and all things as far as in like entertainment and, fashion, all of that stuff like that. The most important thing is to stay consistent and stay persistent. Keep on pushing, regardless of what's going on. If you don't see anything moving, if you got it in your heart, if the Lord put this in your heart for you to pursue, keep on pursuing, because He'll help you get to the bottom.
I love consistent and persistent. I love that. I definitely love that. And Vic, before we close out tonight, can you give your social media handles, especially where everybody can kind of get the clothes? I peeped the website, been peeping the website for years now. You have some very, very, very nice pieces. The talents, the fashion shows that you do have are wonderful. Love the energy that you are spreading throughout the South and also the DMV. It's a great movement, especially with your clothing line. So can you give us the handles and kind of give the website where the listeners and also the viewers can actually view your line and also take a look at the pieces that you have?
Sure, and thanks though, but it's at Vavichiclotheirs. Everything is at Vavichiclotheirs, and it's spelled DAVICHICLOTHERS. Clothiers, Clothiers, and you can catch us at Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube, pretty much everywhere. Just Google.
I love it. I love it. It's and I've been saying it wrong for years. I was saying Vavici, but yeah, but thank you so much for being on the show with us tonight, even if it's via phone. I really, really, it was a pleasure to finally meet you. Thank you so much for all the support that you have given me, and also my music all over for all years that I've been in this industry. You don't come by people who really believe in your craft and really want to expose you. And you have definitely added me to a lot of your mixtapes and even some of your documentaries. And I just want to say thank you for all of your support over the years.
Yeah, thank you for having me too, and dealing with these technical difficulties we ran into tonight.
Yeah, it's okay. I think it was a great conversation with Imani, these beautiful models, Shanonda as well.
Yes.
Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. This was a great conversation. I had a wonderful time with you all. I'm definitely inviting all of you back to have some more in-depth conversations, especially about fashion, because I definitely want to talk about Vogue. Yes, I definitely want to talk about that. It's so much that we can go into detail with that because it's right now the fashion world, lost a huge icon, and definitely want to do a show more about the fashion world and the things that goes into it because people do not know that there's so much that goes on into the fashion world that is deeper than the eyes can see. And I definitely would invite you all back to actually dig into that conversation a little more. So the invitation is there. So just let me know when y'all want to come back, and we can definitely
appreciate it.
Yeah,
discuss
thank
it.
you.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
Yeah, we'll work that.
We definitely gotta get face to face.
But we'll definitely work that out. I think it's some things we could cover, touch on.
Yes.
Yes, yes, definitely. Well, all right, everybody, that has been our show for this Thursday. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Industry Conversations 101. I'm your girl, Nisha, aka Nisha the Voice, signing out with my boy DJ Gates. Good night, and we'll see you all next Thursday.
Yeah.
Thank you.